What thoughts are we speaking into our lives on the daily? And the last power thought card we have for today, it says, my income is constantly increasing. Hello, hello. Let's get started. So grab your books. Grab your books. We're doing the Abundance book by John Randolph Prince, page 28. This day, January 17th, 2026, I cease believing in visible money as my supply and my support, and I view the world of effect as it truly is, simply an outpicturing of my former beliefs. I believed in the power of money, therefore I surrendered my God-given power and authority to an objectified belief. I believed in the possibility of lack, thus causing a separation in consciousness from the source of my supply. I believed in mortal man and carnal conditions, and through this faith gave man and conditions power over me. I believed in the mortal illusion created by the collective consciousness of error thoughts, and in doing so I have limited the unlimited. No more. This day I renounce my so-called humanhood and claim my divine inheritance as a being of God. This day I acknowledge God and only God as my substance, my supply, and my support. All right, so for the principle statement, we're going to turn to page 30 and we're going to read principle 3. It says, I am conscious of the inner presence as my lavish abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with the light of truth. I'll read it one more time. It says, I am conscious of the inner presence as my lavish abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with the light of truth. Our power thought cards for today. The first one says, I release all criticism. I release all criticism. I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. The next one says, I love my body. I create peacefulness in my mind, and my body reflects this peacefulness as perfect health. Oh, I thought it was one left. There's two. My healing is already in progress. My willingness to forgive begins my healing process. I allow the love from my own heart to wash through me, cleansing and healing every part of my body. I know I am worth healing. Again, these are positive thought cards that we're using to renew our minds. What thoughts are we feeding our minds? What thoughts are we feeding our spirits? What thoughts are we speaking into our lives on the daily? And the last power thought card we have for today, it says, my income is constantly increasing. My income is constantly increasing. Let's feed that thought into our minds, because it's a frequency. My income is constantly increasing. I begin now, today, to open myself to ever-increasing prosperity. I begin now, today, to open myself to ever-increasing prosperity. I begin now, today, to open myself to ever-increasing prosperity. Let's anchor that in our minds in stillness with a breath. Drop the shoulders. My income is constantly increasing. See you tomorrow.